on YouTube. Man, oh man, does it feel good to be back and talking about sports again. Work has been an absolute fucking nightmare getting everything ready and packed to go overseas. Not to mention working nearly 18 hours a day for nearly the last 5, 6, 7 months. So forgive me if I'm a little rusty, as it's been quite some time since the last episode I made, which was, wow, 7 months ago. Now, for those of you who may have forgotten what this channel is all about, it is the most uncut, unfiltered, and uncensored sports talk show you will find on YouTube. On this channel, I give my brutal, honest opinion about those topics that are getting talked about in the world of sports. Now, some of these topics that get talked about, I can agree with, you know? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But others that get tiptoed around and people are constantly walking on eggshells about deserve the brutal honesty they so rightfully deserve. So if you can't handle brutal honesty and swearing, this channel ain't for you, snowflake. Yeah. Okay. Enough stalling. It's time for the most uncut, unfiltered, and unfucking censored sports talk show you are gonna find on YouTube. Cue the intro, baby, because it is time for No Mercy Sports. Yeah.
Nobody can stop me now.
Let me talk to ya. Now, it's no secret that the Cowboys constantly get talked about when it comes to competing for another Super Bowl. But, let's be honest here, that's been the topic of discussion for them for the last 27 years. Now, enter Dak Prescott. Much like Jerry Jones has been doing for quite a while, which is betting on all the wrong horses, Prescott included, the results have been exactly what you'd expect. 4 words for you, baby. No fucking Super Bowls. Yeah. In the last 8 years that Prescott has been the Dallas Cowboys quarterback, they've been to the playoffs 6 times now. And 2 of those times have been wins to move on to the next round. Once against the Seattle Seahawks, sorry, again, rusty here, and the other that the Cowboy fans have wet dreams over was against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, who, let's be honest, they were on their last legs in that fucking game. And when Dallas beat them, Brady decided to retire. Anyways, getting somewhat off point here. Trey Lance is now on Dallas after the Cowboys traded a 4th-round pick to get him because the Niners shit the bed with Lance that traded up just to fucking get him. But we'll get to him in a bit. Now, the question is right now, should Dak be playing for his job this year? Yes, he fucking should. Why? Because since securing his 4-year, $160 million contract, and since getting drafted, it wouldn't surprise me if he's been a fucking yes man over the last 8 years to Jerry Jones. Plus, after leading the league in interceptions last year, he decides to make the bold fucking statement he won't this year. Yeah. Okay. And you dummies are going to win the Super Bowl this year. Dummy. Yeah. Let me explain something right now. If you can't produce this fucking year, Dak Prescott, odds are you're going to be out of a fucking job, and Trey Lance will be another wrong horse that Jerry Jones bets on, the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. It is time for Dak to nut up or shut up this year. For example, last year the play caller for Dallas, a.k.a. Kellen Moore, got fired because of how embarrassingly the Cowboys lost to the Niners in the playoffs. Seriously, if you don't believe me, go look at the tape. And Dak didn't get the blame for it. Now, with no play caller this year, either A, Dak finally gets Dak finally gets the blame, but he still has a job. Or B through Z, Dak finally gets the blame and is out as a quarterback for Dallas. But my gut is telling me to lean towards option A. Why? Because of how many people took the blame and got fired instead, while Dak still had a starting job. But then again, Jerry Jones is an old, senile person still living in the fucking 90s. Dummy, yeah. But it's also going to take Jerry Jones quite a while to realize that Prescott isn't going to be the answer for the Cowboys. Why, you may ask? Like I said, Jones has been betting on all the wrong fucking horses, Prescott fucking included. Do you know how long it's going to take for Jerry Jones to realize that Prescott wasn't the answer to deliver another Super Bowl? Quite a fucking while. Because by the time Jerry does realize it, the Cowboys still won't have their 6th ring. Prescott will have been both on another team and most likely retired, and Lance will have been retired as well. Now, speaking of Trey Lance, dinosaurs will be walking the fucking earth when Jerry realizes that Lance wasn't the answer either in trying to deliver another Super Bowl. I mean, do not forget, this is the same guy that couldn't beat out Jimmy Garoppolo for a starting job in San Francisco when the fucking Niners were doing what they could to get rid of Jimmy G in the first place. Craziest part is, Jimmy G got the Niners to the Super Bowl too. Anyways, he also couldn't beat out the last pick of the draft, Brock Purdy, for the starting job, and couldn't even beat out Sam Darnold for a backup position. To sum up this whole shit show in Dallas right now, it's going to be another year for the Cowboys and another year of disappointment and failing to deliver another Super Bowl. Write it down, remember it, take a picture, do what you gotta do. Why? Because dummies, yeah. But hey, speaking of football and dummies, woo! College football is let me try that again. College football is officially back. What? I said college football is officially back. Yeah. The first week went exactly how you thought it would go for certain teams. But for others, not so much. Before diving deeper into this topic, my heart goes out to the Oregon Ducks mascot. In case you don't know, the Oregon mascot does push-ups for every touchdown that the Ducks score. The Ducks get 7 points, the mascot does 7 push-ups. The Ducks get 14 points, the mascot does 14 push-ups. You get the picture, you see where I'm going with this. But man, oh man, Oregon went fucking off last Saturday against Portland State, scoring 81 fucking points. R.I.P. Kobe. Anyways, the Ducks mascot ended up doing over 560 push-ups in total. Hopefully by now, the mascot can lift his arms and be ready to do another set of 500 plus push-ups. But I digress. As I said, the first official weekend of college football went exactly how you'd expect it to go. Certain ranked teams got their wins via blowout. However, you know, there's a game or two that'll either be a shootout, an upset, or both. For starters, let's start in the category of both. Deion Prime Time Sanders. Man, oh man, the clinic that was put on in the game between Colorado and TCU. TCU. A runner-up in last year's national championship game against the back-to-back reigning, defending, undisputed champions, Georgia. Now, during College Game Day, quite a few people on the show picked TCU to win. I don't know why the fuck they did. They just did. They picked them to win against Colorado. Not me, though! I had seen what Primetime was capable of when he was the head coach down at Jackson State. Not to mention some of the players that Colorado got when Primetime came in. The players that they got in the transfer portal. All in all, I was expecting the game to be a good one. This shit did not disappoint, people. Let me talk to ya in any way, shape, or form. After a defensive first quarter and the Buffaloes are up 7-0 on TCU, both teams exploded in the second quarter and beyond on the offensive side of the ball. But let me talk to you about Shedeur Sanders, the son of Primetime. This kid went off and threw a school record of over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns. On top of that, 4 players on Colorado had over 100 receiving yards. The final score of that game was 45-42, with Colorado coming out on top in Primetime's debut for the Buffaloes. TCU, you guys better get your shit together if you want to bounce back from a loss like that. Anyways, for most of the top 25 teams, it was an easy win for them. However, for two teams in particular, it wasn't a good day. Number 5 LSU, or should I say 14 LSU, suffered a loss at the hands of Florida State. Brian Kelly, my dog, you are not built for the power conference that is the SEC. You easily could have taken the respectable route saying, hey, you know what? We're going to fight for 4 quarters, so on and so forth. We're going to give them a battle. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. But instead, you took the route of trash talking, and you ended up eating your own fucking words at the end of this game. Leave the trash talking to your players and be a fucking coach. Dummy. Yeah. Now, I was on another show. Shout out to my boys on the Darian Hopkins show. Making some college football predictions, and no shit. I kid you not when I say this. I had Duke over number 9 Clemson. Or, again, I should say 25th Clemson as a shot-in-the-dark prediction. Because why not, right? It's college football. You never know what's going to happen. Imagine the look on my fucking face when I see the final score of Duke winning is 28-7. Here's the more mind-blowing part. From 2015 to 2016 to 2020, Clemson accumulated 7 losses in total under Dabo Swinney. Since 2021, 2 years ago, the Tigers have accumulated 7 losses with only 21 fucking wins. But then again, I shouldn't be too surprised, since Clemson doesn't have Sunshine or the Massage Marauder, y'all know who I'm talking about, under center. And if I'm being even more honest, I wasn't going to have any faith whatsoever that DJ Ukulele, or whatever the fuck his last name is, wasn't going to deliver another national championship for them anytime soon. But let's move on, shall we? Oh, Baylor. A somewhat decent school in the Big 12, but let me ask you guys something. How the fuck do y'all lose to a school like Texas State? This should have been a casual blowout win for you guys. Instead, Texas State put up 42 points on you guys. Man, can't wait to see what happens tomorrow for you guys. Oh, wait. I already know. You're going to lose to fucking 12th ranked Utah. That's what's going to happen. But hey, speaking of Big 12 teams, Texas, don't think I forgot about you pig fuckers. Can I call you pig fuckers? You know what? Doesn't matter anyways, because y'all lost to, let's see here, fucking Wyoming? A team whose only relevant player is Josh fucking Allen, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills? So let me get this straight. Y'all come out of the gate firing on all cylinders and put up 17 points in the quarter. Then have the impudence, the audacity, the unmitigated gall to score only 16 points after. What are you doing? Now, much like Baylor, I would say, huh? Oh boy, I can't wait to see what you guys do tomorrow. But again, I already do. Have fun getting your asses stomped when you go up against 13th ranked Oregon. Yeah. Oh, God. Now, there are a few more teams that should have cruised to an easy win last week. Look at your fucking way, Purdue! But that's neither here nor there. Let's focus on what's happening tomorrow. Ooh! I cannot wait for tomorrow. It's going to be one eventful fucking day. But hey, for now, time to make some predictions, baby. Yeah. All right. Getting things started in the early morning game, we got Vanderbilt taking on Wake Forest. Now, usually, if you're playing Wake Forest in a night game and they wear the all-black uniforms, 9 times out of 10, they will get the win, depending on your ranking. Doesn't matter if you're 1 through 5. But because they're playing in the early morning, this is definitely quite the predicament. Screw it. Give me Wake Forest over Vanderbilt. Honestly, quite an easy choice for these next few games. Give me number 1 Georgia, number 5 Ohio State, and number 7 Penn State cruising to an easy victory in their games. Now, this next game should be a battle, in my opinion, but I'm going to say with the leadership of quarterback Sam Hartman, number 10 Notre Dame gets the win over NC State. You already know who I'm picking for in this next game. I already talked about it in the last topic. Number 12 Utah handles Baylor easily. Fucking Baylor, I swear to God. Anyways, this next game coming up, much like Georgia, Ohio State, and Penn State, is pretty much a no-brainer. Number 15 Kansas State over Troy. Let's see here. Oh, baby, here we go. The Buffaloes and Coach Primetime come home to Colorado and take on Nebraska in Primetime's home debut. I would expect another shootout, but I don't think Nebraska is quite there yet. Number 22 Buffaloes over the Cornhuskers. Purdue, you pig fuckers need a serious comeback after losing to fucking Fresno State in your home stadium of all places too. I'll take the Boilermakers over Virginia Tech, baby. Yeah. Now, number 25 Clemson. I swear to God, if y'all cannot pull off this game against Charleston Southern, then your season is going to be a serious shit show. Yeah. Huh. There's an Eastern Kentucky school. That's interesting. Anyways, nevertheless, Kentucky gets the win without even breaking a sweat. Oh, BYU. Home of the Cougars and the Cougar Hunter. I wonder if Zach Wilson went to that school. But anyway, sure, they put up 14 points against Sam Houston, but they'll be singing a different tune, in my opinion, when they get the win over Southern Utah. All right. Who's next? Of course. Yet another game that will require little to no thought. Number 2, Michigan over UNLV. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, here we go. A game that's sure to light up the scoreboard. Number 20 Ole Miss takes on number 24 Tulane. Now, after the Colorado versus TCU game, my expectations are high for this one. For starters, last year, TCU was down big against the Trojans and came back to win the Cotton Bowl. This is a game that's going to require some thinking, but all in all, I ultimately see Ole Miss walking away with the win. All right. Oh, man. Here's another game that's sure to be a good one. The U put Brett Gabbert, fucking moron. Like, bro, the only time Miami, Ohio was fucking relevant was when Ben Roethlisberger went to and was drafted out of that school. Like Aaron Rodgers getting drafted from University of California. But moving on, I feel like I should know the answer to this, but much like the pick I made for the Duke versus Clemson game, I'm going for another shot in the dark and going to pick the U on this one. We got a Battle of Iowa this week as the Hawkeyes take on the Cyclones. I want to say this should be a good game, but I'd probably be lying if I did. Iowa wins this game without even breaking a sweat, baby. Okay, now, because I am here in El Paso, and University of Texas El Paso is the only college sports team that they have, why the hell not root for them, you know? After a tough loss in Week 1 at Jacksonville State, but bouncing back and beating, I'm not making up the school when I say its name too, Incarnate Word, 28-14. Seriously, this school sounds more made up than Bishop Sycamore High School. Like, no shit. Anyways, this week the Miners head to Evanston, Illinois to take on Northwestern. I don't see how Northwestern is bouncing back anytime soon after losing to fucking Rutgers of all teams in the Big Ten and the whole hazing shit as well. UTEP takes the dub in this game. Now, let's see. After, goddamn Syracuse, a 65-0 win against Colgate. No surprise, the Orange look to welcome Western Michigan, who are coming off a 35-17 win. This is sure to be an absolute dogfight between the two teams. And I'm going with another bold pick here and taking the Broncos of Western Michigan, baby. You know, I still can't believe that Texas State upset fucking Baylor last week. But this week, the Bobcats are headed to San Antonio to face the Roadrunners. Sure, the University of Texas at San Antonio had a tough loss to Houston. Man, the final score was 17-14. But this week, I'm feeling good about them. Meet me, bitches. Yeah. Again, these next few games aren't going to require much thought at all. Like, at all. Give me Arkansas, Wyoming, number 8 Washington, and number 9 Tennessee, all cruising to a pretty easy win in their games. Now, I'm not picking against number 17 North Carolina as a fuck you guys type thing. I just feel like one team they face is going to upset them. For example, once again this week, I think Appalachian State will upset the Tar Heels this week. Moving on, next game I got number 18 Oklahoma over SMU. And wow, holy shit, this is the first predictable win I have for number 21 Duke. This next prediction goes out to my little sister attending this school. What's up, Ray Ray? Florida Atlantic over the University of Ohio. Ugh, so many college games. But anyway, time for the game that people are talking about. Number 11 Texas heads to Tuscaloosa to take on number 3 Alabama. People are constantly saying after one game, no, Texas is back, Texas is back. No, the fuck they're not. Oh my God, they got a 37-10 win over Rice. Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Or, to take a more conservative route, Texas will definitely not be back when they take the loss to Alabama. So shut up, bitches. Once again, I already predicted who's going to win this next game in the last topic. But, in case y'all need a quick refresher, that's fine. Number 13, Oregon over Texas Tech. Fucking Texas Tech. Anyways, Jacksonville State, you guys might be 2-0 right now, but have fun swallowing that loss when the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers beat you guys. Yeah. Number 14, LSU. I swear to God. If you don't win against fucking Grambling, your season's in the shitter. Anyways. Woo! Like, seriously, y'all's season is going to go south faster than my morale when I first came here to El Paso. Now, number 19, Wisconsin. The last time you guys faced off against Washington State, they came into your home stadium of all places and beat you guys 17-14? Really? But I think this time around, you guys get the win in this revenge game. Now, TCU, I'm really expecting you guys to have a bounce back win this week after your guys' week 1 loss. So don't disappoint. Otherwise, y'all are on my shit list. Okay, let's finish this strong with these last few predictions. Number 4, Florida State over Southern Miss. Number 16, Oregon State. Wait, what? Oregon State is in the top 25 rankings? Well, I guess if Duke can get into the rankings, then hey, so can a team like Oregon State. You know what I'm saying? As I was saying, number 16 Oregon State over UC Davis, and number 6 USC over Stanford, and last but not least, Auburn War Eagle over Cal. Oh, moving on. Let's go, baby. The NFL is officially back. What? I said the NFL is officially back. Yeah. So, girlfriends and wives, get ready for us guys to have our schedules on Saturdays and Sundays because of college football. Sundays from now until the first week of February to be filled out. But hey, if you gals are football fans as well, there's an open seat on the couch for you guys to join us and scream at the TV while a team that determines our mood for the next couple months plays on TV. Having said that, Thursday night football has come and gone, and man, it did not fucking disappoint. What a game between the Lions and the Chiefs. Now, is this a big upset that the Lions pulled off against Kansas City? In a way, yes. The Chiefs were the heavy favorite, in my opinion, going into this game. They just unveiled their Super Bowl banner, and we already know that Noah Lyles, looking your way, dummy, yeah, is somewhere losing his mind, or lost his mind, when Goodell named the Chiefs as world champions of football. And not to mention, the game was held in Arrowhead Stadium. However, the Chiefs were missing a serious piece to their offense, being Travis Kelce, and also missing defensive tackle Chris Jones. Last night was a time for other players on the Chiefs to step up and fill the void of the missing Kelce. Some players definitely stepped up, while others, looking your way, fucking Tony! Shit the bed. Excuse me. Now, me being a Giants fan and hearing the diva act that Tony was putting on to get out of New York, I was pretty hurt. Not even gonna lie, because, hey, he could have helped the Giants done something. But after seeing the performance he put on last night, having 3 drops and only 1 catch for 5 yards, I'm glad his bum ass left. The Giants clearly replaced him by acquiring Jalen Hyatt in the draft and bringing in Darren Waller, who's injured with a hamstring, and so it begins. Anyway, let's look forward to Sunday and make some predictions. Getting things started, we have Carolina versus Atlanta. Not since David Carr being on the Texans back in 2002. Wow, as if I didn't need to feel old enough. Being the first overall pick, nobody has won their first game. Now, the newly drafted Panthers quarterback changes all that as the Panthers get the win over the Falcons. Bryce Young is going to do great things. Next up, we have a Battle of Ohio as Cincinnati takes on Cleveland. Psst. Really think I'm going to take the Browns over Joe Cool and the Bengals? Nah! Bengals get the win, baby. Yeah. These next games aren't going to require much thought at all. Give me Jacksonville over the Colts and Vikings over the Bucks. I'm sorry, Baker, but since this isn't a primetime game, Cousins is going to ball the fuck out. Now, here's a game that should be interesting. The Titans, who I think are the only team that can actually stay on Jacksonville's tail in the trash AFC South, go up against the Saints. If you ask me, the entirety of the NFC South is going to be complete trash. Having said that, Titans over the Saints. Here's a game that I'm thinking a bold prediction for. Steelers upset the 49ers, baby. Yeah, get caught up in your feelings all you like, you little fuckers, but that's my prediction, and I'm not changing my mind. No! Arizona, your season is in the shitter since you decided to draft a quarterback who would rather play video games instead of winning football games. Redskins over the Cardinals. I said what I said about Washington. Come after me if you'd like. I'll bury you. Houston may have won this year's draft, but keep building, guys, because the Ravens are getting the win in this game. This is a game that's going to be a good one, as a rivalry that has been nearly one-sided for the last 30 years is once again reignited, baby. With Rodgers having departed for the Jets, it is now time for Jordan Love to step up and show that he can be more than Aaron Rodgers' shadow as the Packers head to Soldier Field in Chicago and face the Bears. Fuck! What an off season Chicago had after a disappointing 3-14 season. But then again, Chicago didn't have many weapons for the new face of the franchise, Justin Fields, and their O-line was complete and utter trash. However, after trading the #1 pick to the Panthers in exchange for the 9th pick and wide receiver DJ Moore, not to mention getting a few more players, the Bears look primed to start off their season 1-0 like they did last year in that monsoon of a game against the 49ers. In my opinion, Justin Fields still holds the coldest celebration in that game. Anyways, next game, we got the Raiders versus the Broncos. After an atrocious season last year for Russell Wilson, the Broncos brought in Sean Payton to help try and turn things around. Honestly, I don't see something like this happening, and assuming Jimmy G, a future stripper in Las Vegas, if being a quarterback doesn't work out, stays healthy, the Raiders get this win, in my opinion, because they got Devontae Adams on their roster, not to mention Josh Jacobs. Anyways, another game in which I'm picking another upset. There's no secret that the Eagles are legit Super Bowl contenders and possible odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl this year. But with the Patriots getting Bill O'Brien as their offensive coordinator and signing former Cowboys running back and center, look it up, I'm taking the Patriots in an upset game against the Eagles. Well, what do we have here? Another game that's sure to be a good one between two talented quarterbacks? You know, I make a lot of jokes about Tua and his concussion over the years, but much like Jimmy G, when healthy, the Dolphins are a really good team. I mean, really good. However, another good team in the AFC is the San Diego Chargers. Yes, I know what I said. You can erase the name, but you can't erase history. Anyway, I'm taking Miami over the Chargers in this game. Oh boy. A game between NFC West rivals. The Rams versus the Seahawks. After a lackluster season and posting one of the worst records for a defending Super Bowl champ, my spirit really isn't high on the Rams. Seahawks over the Rams, baby. Yeah. Last but not least, the last game on Sunday, we got the Giants versus Cowboys. This game is going to answer a lot of questions, such as, was it worth signing Daniel Jones for the 4-year, $195 million contract that he got, and whether or not Dak is worth a $40 million a year type contract. In any case, like I mentioned earlier, the Giants went out, got some weapons this offseason, and found a way to keep Saquon on the team as well. I'm not trying to be biased here, but give me Big Blue walking away with the win, baby. Now let's move on to the Monday Night Football game between the Bills and a team with some seriously high expectations going into this year, the Jets. A lot of people have high hopes for the Jets, for this Jets team with, like, no shit, Super Bowl winning expectations. If you ask me, at minimum, it is playoffs or bust for the New York Jets. Now, I understand it's only the first year of a 2-year contract for Aaron Rodgers, but if Rodgers can't deliver a Super Bowl in a stacked NFC conference, which we've seen him fail to do when he was with the Packers after their Super Bowl win against the Steelers. What makes you think some of you dummies think he can deliver a Super Bowl in a stacked AFC conference? No! If you ask me, they don't make it past. They don't make it past the wild card or divisional round, depending on their seeding. Come playoff time, Bills walking away with the win against the Jets. Yeah. All right. Woo! Fight night is upon us tomorrow night. What? I said fight night is upon us tomorrow night. Yeah. That's right. UFC 293 is on tomorrow night, and the main event is between current UFC middleweight champion Israel, the Last Airbender, Adesanya, and Sean Strickland. This is sure to be a great fight. Now, kicking off the main card is a light heavyweight bout between Tyson Pedro and Anton Turkalij. That sounds like the last name of a guy that makes you think he'd be in the band System of a Down. Whatever. In any case, Tyson Pedro is coming off a unanimous decision loss. I think this fight for him is what he needs to bounce back and get the win. Next up, we have a rematch between Justin Tafa and Austin Lane. Lane? Like Cyril Gane? I don't know. The last time these two met, it ended up being a no contest due to an accidental eye poke from Justin Tafa. This fight, I believe, will be a different story, with Lane looking to impose his will on Tafa. Next up, we have Manel, Cape, whatever, who is riding a 3-fight win streak right now and is taking on Felipe Dos Santos. If you ask me, it's Cape, who extends his streak to 4 wins in a row. Oh yeah, the co-main event between heavyweights Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa, who also enjoys drinking a beer out of a shoe after his wins, is taking on Alexander Volkov. Now, Bam Bam is coming off a 2-fight losing streak, both by knockout. But I believe for this fight, he gets his feet on the right track and turns things around. And last but certainly not least, middleweight champion Israel Adesanya puts his title on the line against Sean Strickland. In his last 2 fights, Adesanya lost to his rival and finally avenged it against Alexander Pereira. However, Sean Strickland is currently on a 2-fight winning streak. In any case, it doesn't matter because Adesanya walks away with the title, baby. Now, I normally try to stick to showing no mercy towards teams, players, and topics that shouldn't be tiptoed around or walked on eggshells about. However, in this case, it's a different story. See, this morning, I'm listening to Mike Greenberg, who I believe takes more time off than anyone at ESPN Studios on ESPN Radio. Anyways, then a topic is brought up about who has the current longest active losing streak in Week 1 season openers. Or maybe the question was worded differently. I don't know. In any case, it was asked by another person on the show, Paul Hembo, and this dude was salty as fuck. As a co-host from another show, Joe Fortenbaugh believes that the Browns hold the record for longest Week 1 season opener losses. Anyways, being 17. Now, it's an active streak, not all time. But Hembo believes it's the Falcons who are at 5 because, anyways. My dog, you were on a live radio bitching and moaning about the opinion of another person. Technically, Fortenbaugh is right, and you're just acting like a salty little bitch whose wife wouldn't touch you if you had a $100 bill hanging out of your zipper. You're also going off because he called you both stupid and a meathead. And you also are talking about him, about how he's the sorest loser you know? However, in this case, you're the dummy who's being the sore loser. You're getting caught up in your feelings because he didn't see the question that you had worded it. You're being a salty ass bitch because he called you stupid and a meathead. You're also being a sore loser because you're having to defend why you're right, and his opinion doesn't mean jack shit. What's that old saying again? Everyone's entitled to their own opinion? But I guess when you're being a salty ass bitch, that completely goes out the window. Grow up, get your panties out of a fucking bunch, and move the fuck on. I mean, seriously, it's two grown men that are acting like children. I swear, when I was listening to this segment on the radio, I felt like I was on Facebook seeing grown men act like children because they get caught up in their feelings when they see posts or stupid posts by trolls who make a stupid statement on why LeBron is better than Jordan. Bring me on that show, Greeny and Hembo, and I will bury you. Doesn't matter, though. The greatest season of all time is upon us, people! That is, of course, if you live in the Mountain West region, Midwest, East Coast, or the Northeast. Anyways, the temperature starts to drop. The leaves start to change color. It starts to become hoodie season. And, oh yeah, football has already started. And we're gearing up for playoff baseball, baby. In any case, with spooky season right around the corner, stay spooky and enjoy the upcoming holidays that are right around the corner. Until next time, peace out. Jelly Bean!